Hey, what's going on, people? It's SGZ here from the Spartan Game Zone, and in this video I'll be going over what we can expect from the next big Borderlands 3 patch that arrives in just a week from now on June the 4th. I will be letting you know everything that will be in it based on all the information currently available, and by the end of the video you'll have a good idea of what Borderlands 3 will look like when it finally arrives. There's also a couple of extra things that we could see come with it, which I'll touch on at the end. If this video gave you a good rundown of what you can expect in the next patch, I'd appreciate you dropping a like, and let's crack into it. So let's start with the obvious stuff first. The patch will launch the game's second takedown, another piece of endgame content titled Takedown at the Guardian Breach. Tannis has picked up a mysterious signal from a planet and sends you down there to find out what's going on. Once there, you'll have to fight through a group of rogue guardians and other enemies, including a boss and mini-boss, while also completing platforming puzzles as you move between areas, which is something new to the game and will bring that extra bit of challenge. Falling off the map's never a great way to go, and it's looking more likely in this one. Of course, as with the Melee 1 takedown before it, the Guardian takedown offers new legendaries to sink your teeth into, and also a few cosmetics as well, so you can deck out your Vault Hunter or your room on Sanctuary 3. So that's all well and good, a new takedown, a new challenge and new legendaries, but that's not all we'll get next week. Next week we'll also see the arrival of the first phase of Mayhem 2.0 fine-tuning, which the game desperately needs. In Phase 1 they will be lowering the health, shield and armor stats of enemies found in Mayhem levels 7 and above, which will also coincide with an adjustment to over and underperforming gear, so everything is better balanced with the new lowered health stats. It's hard to say what that change will look like, but it's likely that some of the best guns will get worse and some of the bad guns will get better. I mean, that's what balancing means, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the guns you're using right now will become bad come patch time, just that other guns will be raised to around their level. So I wouldn't stress about it too much, and just hopefully the game is better for it. During this phase they will also buff underperforming anointments, and you know, I'm not sure what you're going to do with the sliding accuracy anointment. I mean, how do you buff that? Do you make us more accurate? No, I don't think so. That's kind of pointless. So we'll see how we go on that front, and personally I'd just like to see a thinning out of the available anointments. I mean, if there's no reason at all to use an anointment, then it shouldn't be there at all, but we'll just have to see. The last thing we'll see in this phase is the ability to finally see what Mayhem level your guns dropped at. This is something that should have been in there from the start, but at least we'll be getting it soon. It's hard to tell now what Mayhem level your gun dropped at. You have to reference the damage number to do so, and that's impossible if you're not familiar with the gun. It's made worse by the fact that some loot drops are bugged now, and guns will drop at lower Mayhem levels than the one you're playing at, but that'll likely be fixed come patch time. So what Phase 1 doesn't contain, and what we'll likely have to wait for, is grenade, melee and action skill damage scaling, along with the other damage types. Chest and vending machine loot scaling is also slated for Phase 2, which we don't know when that'll be, but hopefully it's just around the corner after this patch. However, there are a couple of things that could come along with the Guardian takedown and Phase 1 of the Mayhem 2.0 adjustments on June 4th, and that includes better revive responsiveness, higher dedicated drop rates, and spread out loot pools. These were all under quality of life adjustments in their dev blog, and it's unclear when we'll see them, but the sooner the better. Dedicated drop rates for sure need to be addressed, and spreading the loot pools will help aid our farming times along with that. The veteran rewards machine is also there too, allowing us to receive mission items from Crazy Earl after completing missions, and the Iridium Fabricator dropping legendaries is another. Your guess is as good as mine regarding these, but what we know for sure is next week the Guardian takedown arrives, along with a whole host of weapon balance adjustments, which should put Borderlands 3 in a much better state than it is now. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned of everything that's coming along with the Guardian takedown patch next week. If you did, consider dropping a like or subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next one.